We talk a lot about collaboration here at the county and working with our community partners, the organizations, and individuals. And we have a great example to highlight today. We're approaching the final stretch of the holiday prep time, and people are planning time off, some time with families and friends. But there's a group of county employees who will not be taking time off between now and Christmas. In fact, will be putting a lot of extra time of their own in. They'll be reporting to an undisclosed county building that can be best described this time of year as a collaborative community North Pole of San Luis Obispo County.
Welcome to the lovely chaos of Santa's workshop and its team of supervising elves.
I'm Roxi Selck. I'm a program manager in child welfare for the Department of Social Services.
I'm Cassandra Carnevali, and I am a program specialist for child welfare services.
My name is Christy Lounder. I am also a program specialist for child welfare, and we support local foster youth.
I'm Felipe Gonzalez. I'm a program specialist, and I specialize in resource family recruitment.
For us, it's kind of a passion in trying to help those families. I can't imagine a kid waking up on Christmas and not having things under the tree.
While we as community members donate to all kinds of toy drives across the county, this team is tasked with the logistics of getting all those donations where they need to go.
It takes a lot of weekends and it takes a lot of nights because we're doing it in addition to our regular work. But because we're passionate about filling these and making sure these families have a nice holiday, and a lot of that has to do with the community.
It's a year-round effort that really ramps up from Thanksgiving to Christmas, and these elves love to watch the holiday spirit gain momentum as the community gets involved come fall.
This project is 100% dependent on donations, and we can't really go out and ask for donations. And every year we get new people, who want to be part of it, and, that's part of what makes this so special. It really is what the holiday is all about.
When I go to do their pickups, and they're just so jazzed that they collected this bin of toys or jackets or diapers or whatever the case may be, and it's just so amazing to see what an impact it has on those clubs and communities because they get to rally around, something really awesome at the holiday season.
They take their roles as Santa's helpers pretty seriously.
I mean, I've seen all of you here on weekends and nights, and why do you invest so deeply in this?
I mean, these are individuals in our community or families in our community who are, barely getting by. Individuals for whom, if we didn't, provide support, they might not have, those gifts under the tree or even, basic necessities that they're looking for.
And it's really heart-wrenching to see that, there are so many children out there that want just warm clothes. That's all they're asking for. And by fulfilling wishes for them, we give them, an opportunity to have something fun and joyful at the holiday season.
But Christy, you're missing some time with your family during this. Is it that rewarding?
It absolutely is that rewarding. And I think we've all been in a position where we could use a little extra help, and to be able to give that to people and to take a little stress off people at the holiday season just really makes it absolutely worth the time that we spend here.
It just feels really good to be able to give to the community all the forms, whether it be seniors or foster youth or just families in general.
Right now at Santa's workshop, it's crunch time.
Kind of like when the game's on the line, we're on our prime. That's that's what really makes, this team so awesome, is that just make it happen.
While giving infuses a dose of holiday spirit in all of us, these elves know where our donations are headed, which only ramps up their level of commitment to the task at hand.
To see the joy in people's faces and just know, people cry. It's so emotional and just, it's an amazing experience. It's the most favorite thing that we do here.
And I actually had an experience where I was up in Paso, and there was a family that kind of fell into some really hard times really close to Christmas. So it was a very late request, and so we kind of all banded together to gather stuff, and they were unfortunately sleeping in their car at the time, so they needed blankets and sleeping bags and, things that were small that could give the kids still a Christmas, but not take up a lot of space. And I was actually able to hand that off to the family. It gives me chills just thinking about it. The dad was in tears. He gave me a hug. He was so grateful. So knowing that that's happening behind the scenes makes all the hours worth it.
you hear this impact year after year of what it means to these families.
The Christmas dream of these elves is that the spirit of the season spreads county-wide. It's not too late. They're just entering the final stretch, and they're available to assist with last-minute giving.
Give me a call at 805-540-0920.
And you're giving out your personal number here. That's how personally you take this.
Yeah, for sure. With the community coming together and everybody providing just a little bit, it is, if it means I get an extra donation by giving out my number, it's okay with me. I mean, every little bit helps.
And you guys are all nodding. You feel the same.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this, project, and it's really incredibly personal to us. We really, really, really work hard to make it happen, and we enjoy every single second. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, it's exhausting, but it's the most rewarding thing I probably have ever done, ever.
For their commitment to the community and to spreading the holiday spirit within it, we take a slow moment to say we are grateful to have you among the ranks of public servants in our organization.
Right. What an honor it is to recognize Cassandra Carnevali, Marge Castle, Felipe Gonzalez, Roxi Selck, and Christy Lounder for their work as the head elves for the Department of Social Services Operation Santa. Whereas the holidays can be among the most stressful times of year for those struggling in our community, and whereas the social workers and staff of our County Department of Social Services work with many of those trying to make ends meet, and whereas through the generosity of our community, there are numerous individuals and businesses who host toy drives across the county to help kids of those families. And whereas those donations end up at our County Department of Social Services for staff to organize and to distribute. And whereas seniors, often older youth, are often overlooked in toy drive efforts and donations and don't always match needs or wishes. And whereas this group of devoted elves, along with other support staff, step in to bridge the gaps on behalf of Santa, creating SLO County's own North Pole. And whereas they go above and beyond to make sure those in need not only find presents under the tree during the holidays, but appropriate presents that represent a child or senior's wishes and needs. And whereas they devote a lot of their own time with the intention of letting the people they serve know they are part of a community that cares, offering hope and a wonderful sense of humanity to the recipients of their efforts. Now, therefore, be it resolved in order that the Board of Supervisors of the County of San Luis Obispo, State of California, does take a slow moment to recognize their service to our community.
Good morning, Board, and thank you for this honor. My name is Roxi Selck, and I'm a Program Manager for Child Welfare Services here in San Luis Obispo. I've been able to be part of this operation for the past several years, and in the past 2 years, I've taken on more of a leadership role in the program. Our team of elves spends hundreds and hundreds of hours ensuring that every youth, teen, and senior has their wishes fulfilled for the holidays. Many of these hours are volunteered, working late at night and on the weekends while still maintaining our regular work. And honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. Last year, we fulfilled almost 2,500 wishes for youth and seniors, and each year we see this need grow more and more. Being part of this effort is perhaps one of the most incredible things I've ever been privileged to be part of. Seeing wishes come in from children and families for basic necessities like a warm blanket, a jacket, diapers, shoes without holes in them, or pajamas is really heart-wrenching and something many of us in this room may have never had to worry about. Seeing the community rally around our most vulnerable gives me hope for the future. While my direct team is small, the effort is huge, and it wouldn't be possible without many other elves doing the legwork. Pickups of donations, delivery of packages, facilitating and organizing donors. It's an incredibly complex process, and it requires an entire village. So thank you to the community, thank you to my fellow elves, and thank you to the board for recognizing this important work and our contributions to making this community better. Thank you.
I'm Marge Castle, Program Manager for the Department of Social Services, Homeless Services Division. And I just wanted to say thank you to the community, because without the community, this effort would not happen. And we are very reliant on people's generosity and their goodness of heart. And we have lots of business partners, CAL FIRE, different organizations and schools and nonprofits who help us. And it's just an amazing coalition of people who really care about the most vulnerable in our community. So just a big thank you.
Nice. Anybody else?
Anything else? Okay. Thank you so much. And I don't have any requests to speak, but was there anyone that wished to speak on this item? Not seeing anyone. We're going to bring it back to the board. Supervisor Pauline.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you all for being rock stars. When we go out in the community like that and we're open, accessible, and really representing the county in that way, it sets an example for all of us that work for the county, what public service is, and we really appreciate you doing that and being available like that for the families and the children in our community. Thank you.
Thank you for being Santa Claus. It's an awesome experience. Thank you for all you do.
Supervisor Ortiz-Lake.
Yeah. I want to thank the community at large. You can go anywhere and you will see these boxes out. I know our Rotaries, our other service clubs, I mean, you named the list. So thank you very much. I mean, if you go to the office and see that on top of the shelves, there's all sorts of categories of toys and things. It's amazing. You guys are just, as Jimmy said, you're rock stars. And I think that we're so grateful. And I always want to note that, and you're working late at night. And so anybody who wants to talk about any restaurants out there that want to deliver lunch or dinner, that's always welcome too, because they're working up until Christmas Eve almost. And so they're there while, we're out partying and doing other stuff. So that's just something to think about, but we're grateful. Thank you.
Supervisor Gibson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm struck by your extraordinary humanity, and I'm so grateful for you being there and for your vision to really look at the whole community, from the toddler to the tottering senior. You care about everybody. It's a wonderful thing to know that you're doing what you're doing.
Great. And I want to say thank you too. That was a fun video to watch, all of you, but to know how much work is behind all of this, but how much joy you're bringing at Christmas time. Very much appreciated. So thank you so much for sharing this, all that you're doing with us today. So, thank you.